In part 1 we got the main chassis reassembled. Now it's time for the weapon and drive to be fixed. So I managed to find the original servo that was in Night of Ni, which was this 20kg hobby servo. Yeah, it looks okay. And it fits on the back plate of the robot, like so. However, the original bracket's gone AWOL. Don't know where it's gone. I think that might be it, but can't be really sure. It's been in a box for so long. Turns out, no, that's not the bracket. It's about the right size, but the mountings don't actually line up at all. So, no idea what that's off, but it wasn't off this servo. And so, 3D printing to the rescue again. This bracket goes across the top of the servo, using the same mounting holes that the original servo bracket used. Makes it easy to kind of remount it into the robot. There we go. Looks good. Alright, let's bolt it in. So here we go, remounting the bracket in the back through the original holes. And they just bolt straight through. Then nuts on the other side just to attach it to the back. Like so. And then we'll reattach the hinge for the flipper. This is I don't know, a cupboard, maybe a box. Can't remember what it's supposed to be for, but it's just a brass hinge off something or other. So the original servo arm is made out of this bit of Meccano and this plastic servo horn, but as you can see, all the teeth have kind of just they've gone. So it's basically sheared away, which is why it doesn't move properly. Instead, we have this nice shiny silver one, which I had in a drawer, funnily enough. So I must have thought about this before. Then we've got this adapter, which will mount the horn to the original bit of Meccano, like so. Fits there. Good job. So here it is all bolted all together. You can see it's pretty rigid, pretty robust, and certainly a lot better job than the previous one. There we go. That looks a lot better. Let's go a bit faster. Yeah, that's working well. So the original lid was held on by these PVC brackets, but I've only actually got one of them left. I don't know what's happened to the rest of them. So instead, 3mm bit of HDPE bent over and a threaded insert goes in the top. Same insert using SCD, funnily enough. This one in every corner, which allows us to attach the lid like so. Looks a bit more complete like this. Yeah, solid enough. So, onto the drive. So, we're going to use these Fingertech hubs, the original ones off Night of Ni. Or so I thought. However, reattaching them, we get this. So they completely slip on the hubs. So they've either worn away or they're just not attached properly. So instead, Banebots. So I had these in as the spare box from Bunny. And they're a little bit smaller than they are for Night of Ni. But should be a better job overall. Here's one I made earlier. Which seems good. So I cut this great big hole in the middle of the plate for the drive. reasons for which will become apparent later. So, mounted up the new BaneBot wheels, only to notice that actually that doesn't give enough clearance and the robot will just simply ground out every time it tries. So, we're going to take out this padding plate. And what that does is that gives more distance towards the base, meaning the wheel sticks out further, which means it's now correct. Much better. So just check that the whole thing drives around. Okay. Yeah, seems okay. Right, onto the battery. So originally we used this thing, which is 10 AA batteries in a pack, and it weighs an absolute ton, 296 grams to be precise. Instead, we're going to use this LiPo pack. So here's some more details about the battery. It's a Nanotech 1 amp hour LiPo, 3 cell, 3S if you like, and it fits in the robot just like so. So again, little 3D printed holder. The original one had a sort of a metal bracket that went over the top of it, but it doesn't really fit with what we're trying to do here. So make sure there's a gap for the wire as well, because we haven't all made that mistake before. And a piece of HDPE across the top and 2 nuts just to hold the battery in. Means if it gets flipped around, tossed around inside the arena, it's not going to just come loose. Because nobody likes LiPos when they hang out of robots. Just to show you what's going on with the HDPE on top of the battery. The idea is it prevents the arm from ever colliding with the battery. 3D printed bracket of course will stop that happening as well. Tune in next time for finishing the electronics and taking it for a spin.